Good afternoon, welcome to IELTS speaking. We'll have an IELTS speaking based on 3 parts, part 1 and part 2 and part 3. So I want to ask the questions from you and you are going to answer. What's your full name?
My full name is Bilal Wife, but if it's possible, please call me Benjamin. That's my English nickname.
Okay. Where do you come from, Bilal?
I come from Tashkent, but for my parents, Tashkent is an adopted town because they are originally from Shakrisabs.
Okay, good. So, Bilal, let's talk about primary school.
Okay.
What did you like to do the most when you were in primary school?
Obviously, the most favorite thing that I could ever do at school was studying. I loved and consumed textbooks. I wasn't a nerd, but I loved reading. And when I start to comprehend it, I just sit with my fairy tales book and then be there for half a day. That was the story of my life in primary school.
How did you go to your primary school?
Well, I get onto school on a foot because it was within a shouting distance. Yeah, it was a stone's throw from my home.
How do you like your primary school?
Well, I have nothing against it. I already knew before entering my primary school that it was mediocre and the studying was just above the average. Yeah, and the teachers were warm and loving.
Good. What did you do in your leisure time in primary school?
Well, when we had a spare time, we just make our way to a football pitch and we gathered here and we made some competitions. Sometimes we won and sometimes we lose. Through that way we learned the agony of defeat.
Okay, good. So let's talk about insects now.
Okay. Insects.
Do you like insects?
Well, I don't quite like these little crawling creatures because most of the time they leave me the creeps. So basically, I could say that I can't stand them at all. I would be the first to celebrate if they die out from my area.
Okay. Are there many different insects where you live?
Yeah, there is a whole legion of them, ranging from mosquitoes to flies. They just come there from the nearby river.
Do you think insects are useful?
Well, yes. I'm aware of the fact that without insects we cannot survive. So, in the light of these facts, I believe that some of them are really useful and beneficial to our planet, like moths or wasps or bees. They are the lifesavers. But some are just made to damage our crops. Good.
So thank you for informative speech. Now let's turn part 2.
Okay.
In part 2 you are given a topic. And according to the topic you are given 1 minute for taking notes. And I will let you take notes within 1 minute.
Okay.
Could you talk about a leisure activity that can be done near or on the sea that you want to try?
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let me set time. So you may start.
Okay.
So time is over. If you are ready, you may start.
Okay. Yeah, I'm more than happy to paint a vivid picture of the leisure activity that's mainly done near the sea or the rivers. Yeah, it's called sea surfing. You're probably unaware of that because it's not the common thing here in Uzbekistan, whereas in Arabic countries like Egypt or United Arab Emirates, that's a common thing. So I want to try this because it will offer me a surge of adrenaline. I love the thrill of flying in the sea because it's an incredible thing. I have never tried it. I have watched it several times on TV and I was completely in shock. How they do that? Because you should have that gut and stomach to digest this feeling. Because not everybody will agree even if you pay money to them to be shooted on the film or on another thing. Yeah, and talking about its difficulties, it's not fun. Yeah, for some people it's an extreme sport. But for others it's an adventure that should be kept. If you don't practice it for, let's say, a month or 2 months, should be out of work. You should be derailed of your normal work. That's why you should constantly practice it and master the skill. You should polish it almost every day. I want to say that you should take an effort. You should pull your weight to its limits. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Let's turn to part 3 questions now. What are the advantages and disadvantages of vacations on the seaside?
Well, yes, some advantages can be counted, and this, for some people, staying near the sea is a completely new world, because some of them are stuck behind their office desks. That's why the sea may offer a new exotic life. The next benefit is if you have some health problems, sea may offer a salty water that's often referred as healthful if you have problems on your feet, because salt just takes all the salt from your joints.
Good.
Yeah.
Why do children like the sea better than adults?
Well, yeah, there may be some psychological link, because children love to play with stones, and sea is the best place to find them. Yeah, as a child, I used to do that, and most children were drawn to this. When I showed them these pictures.
Good. What types of job positions can be found on or near the sea?
Yeah, I watched the film called Rescuing the Malibu, and in this film I first become aware about lifeguards and divers. They just help people, they just save them when they are in trouble. And the next position or job that may be offered near the sea is marine biologist or marine ecologist. Today, conservation is a hot topic and it's coming under fire. That's why I believe that this industry may offer some of the highest employment rates for the future.
Good. Thank you for all your answer. Thank you for active participation.